right, everyone, back at it again. Today I am in the Seaport District in Boston, and I will be going over to the Charles River. It's a bit of a process to go over there. You have to go over to this thing called the lock. There's a bridge, but it's going to be quite an adventure. So let's go. Okay, here we have a video of the Seaport Marina. For this trip, I am on a pontoon. I didn't take a video of it, but it does have a bimini. For this trip to get into the Charles River, there's a very low bridge. So in order to go through that bridge, I have to put down the bimini, and it has a very low clearing. So you'll see how that looks later in the video. Alrighty, so right here I am getting ready to leave the slip in the Seaport Marina. I am recording this video with my Meta Ray-Ban glasses. They record vertically. Hopefully this is not too much of a distraction, but I'm going to be switching between vertical and horizontal videos. So right here I'm leaving the marina. Up on the left is the Boston Harbor. That's the city skyline. It's probably the most scenic place to kind of see if you're ever boating out in Boston. So I meant to make a quick video of the path over there, but I forgot. So I attached a map of my path, and I'm going to start right before I hit the Zakum Bridge. All right, guys. So now we're approaching the Tobin Bridge. Right there, you can see TD Garden. That's where the Celtics and the Bruins play. Now, as we get closer to the Tobin Bridge, we're going to be approaching the lock. There's a bit of a process to open this. Ideally, you want to do 2 long horns, 2 short horns, and that will signal the person up in the bridge to open up the lock. It's quite an old system, so it's going to take a bit of a while to open. Sometimes they do it rather quick, sometimes don't. It's a lot of factors. So as I'm getting closer to the lock, I am going to switch to my Ray-Ban glasses that shoots videos vertically. Guys, I'm right underneath the Tobin Bridge. Now I'm going to start the process of sounding the horn. So 2 long horns, 2 short horns. Now, as you guys can clearly see, there's lights, red lights. So once you start seeing a green light, that's the particular lock that you're going to go into. Again, this takes a bit of a process, but I don't know if you guys could hear that. I think they're starting up the process to open that up. But yeah, might take a few minutes. Just chill out and relax. Oh, here we go. All right, so they chose this middle lock right here. Now, once you're entering the locks, there's ropes on the left and right sides. What you want to do is, well, because there's no traffic, this also depends on how many boats are in here, but because there's no boats, I usually go right towards the middle, and then you're gonna lean towards your left or your right, and then you're just gonna hold on to the rope until the other part of the lock is open. And again, you don't want to come in too quick. About 2 or 3 miles per hour should be good. All right, so in this portion right here, I am in the lock. You can see that the gate that I went through is now closed. On both the left and the right, they have ropes. So what you're supposed to do is basically hold on to that rope and keep your boat in place until they open the other portion just down there of the lock for you to go through. All right, so they opened up the other side of the lock. Took a few minutes, but yeah, this is how you go through the Gridley Lock. I think this is what this lock is called, the Gridley Lock. There's green lights right here, and that'll signal you that you're able to go through. Again, this is a bit more of a mess when there's a couple of boats, When there's a couple of boats, so just have people kind of really go in to kind of fit everyone in. But because we're out here on a Tuesday, it's all good. But yeah, that's the TD Garden right here. This is the Tobin Bridge. So I lost the original footage for this commute, but I redid it on the same size boat. It's a pontoon. Right now I am approaching the MBTA Drawbridge. Now this is probably the hardest part of this commute. That drawbridge, I believe, to get through to do what I'm about to do, I think that's about a 4 feet clearance. I literally had to get on the floor just to get through there. But no worries, if your boat's bigger than that, you could just channel 13 Tower A. That's the MBTA drawbridge. The operator will be able to open up the bridge right there for you. Now, you want to avoid going through here during like high traffic hours, like on weekdays from, I don't know, from 3 to 6, because the possibility for them to open up that bridge, I think it's very, very low. But here we are. We are now officially in the Charles River. So once you're past all that, it's all smooth sailings. Enjoy the scenic views. One thing that you'll probably see are the duck tour buses. They're like a unique thing that Boston has. It's like this school bus slash boat that they'll tour you up around Boston, and at the end of it, going to the Charles River. If you're ever on the Charles River on a boat, you most likely you will see them. Straight ahead, that's the Longfellow Bridge. Past that bridge is the iconic, you've probably seen it in postcards, the Charles River, where you'll have MIT up on the right, the Citgo sign on the left, the John Hancock building. You'll see a couple sailboats, which I will fast forward for you to see right here. So here it is, guys, the scenic portion of the Charles River. Like I said, there's a lot of sailboats out here. I believe there's some company that lets you rent out sailboats out here. So ideally, you want to keep your distance from them because they tend to do wild turns. This is all no wake in this area, so you won't have any trouble trying to maneuver your way around here. But yeah, this is the most scenic portion of the Charles River. You got MIT on the right, the Harvard Bridge up on the middle, and some of the scenic buildings up on the left. The Charles River is quite big. I've personally gone all the way over to Harvard Business School, but I think it goes deeper than that. But like I said, you shouldn't have any issues. It's all smooth sailing. Correction, not sailing, boating. But that is it, guys. Thank you, like, and subscribe.